Hey guys, if you love watching films and want to know if a film is decent or not, then check this review out and let me help you to make your mind up. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Parker and her best friend Miri decide to quarantine in a luxurious lakeside cabin until one night when a masked intruder breaks into the house intent on killing them. Now Parker and Miri must fight for their lives and survive the night as a nightmare scenario begins. How does it feel to not know when you're going to get your last breath, to know you're going to die scared and alone? Sick is the latest film from screenwriter and creator Kevin Williamson and director John Hyams, and the film balances a tone of satirising COVID while also not completely disregarding the pandemic. It's a nasty slasher film from the early days of the COVID period, and it is very interesting. Kevin Williamson's inspiration for this film came about during the pandemic, you won't be surprised to learn, where he noticed, as we all did, the isolation and the effects that it had on the populace, and thus he thought it could be put to good use for a horror film, and he was not wrong. Sick rises above a lot of other modern slasher horror films by pulling many of our real lives throughout the pandemic into the foreground. Check this out. Now the movie features a character who is taunted by phone, and in the same vein, so does the movie Scream, which is also written by Kevin Williamson. I see what you did there, matey. Now, director Hyams creates a few tense moments, and Sick is an okay film and one interspersed with decent bloody fun and containing Williamson's trademark sense of humour. And like many other films, movies such as this one do live or die based on the decisions that the protagonists make. Now, whilst the ones in this film do make some good decisions as it plods along, the decisions then start to become downright nonsensical and will just dumbass. The film had some effective thrills and started to show a solid premise, but some aspects were just unexplainable. And for example, and without any spoiler alerting you, you can feel it gets predictable when you guess the killer's motives, and then it starts to lose momentum near the finale. But in saying all this, Sick is an average jaunt into the world of COVID pandemics, killers on the loose and home invasions, all wrapped up into one rendition that will leave you overall satisfied, and it is worth a gander. I would say that as far as slasher type movies do go, this would score as a mediocre slasher movie with minimal edge of the seat moments. The short and sweet runtime ensures that this is a pure slasher thriller and with some morality questions thrown into the mix, and one where you may consider whose side you're really on, but you'll have to watch it to be in a position to answer that question. The vibrant lighting and the dark ambience and the camera work are plus points and do well in holding an audience right until the very end, and all of this result in a competent and quite exciting mix at times. The opening is also very strong, and the early scenes also contribute to what we all felt at the material time, and it does have an impact on our minds, when we're faced with the reality of shortage of toilet papers and refusing to assist someone, amongst other real world dilemmas that we all endured during COVID. Sick is one of those films that you'll struggle to justify giving a high rating to, a slasher set during the beginning of the pandemic, but in saying that, it is a decent film to watch, like I said. A slasher movie with a low body count, but an okay watch nonetheless. This movie is well thought out and serious while still having comedic relief and being scary, eerie and suspenseful throughout. Remember, if you like your home invasion films, your slasher trapped in a remote house type films, then step into The Office, buddy, as this bad boy is just for you, and you will have plenty of suspense and stabbing to keep you in clover. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video review. I'm off to get a cup of tea. I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.